You want to start an online business because you're tired of your boss. You are tired of the unfulfilling corporate life because you're tired of the uncertainty. Will today be the day that I get fired? Because you want to spend more time with your family. Because you want more out of life. You scroll on YouTube and TikTok and you see kids in their 20s claiming that they're making thousands of dollars per month online. And you wonder how to do it. And yeah, you think it's easy for you because you have nothing to do all day except for GTL, gym, tan, and laundry. You wonder, how could I do this with a full-time job, a full-time family, and more? I was there, where you are now. I was working full-time as a software developer, but I wanted more out of life. In this video, I'm going to reveal how you can start an online business even if you have a full-time job, you have spouse and kids, and you have full-time commitments. Even if you're not tech savvy, even if you've tried everything and nothing worked. I'm gonna take my 10 plus years of knowledge and put it all into this one video so that you can see how it works, so that you can have the confidence of knowing that this will work for you, so that you can see that you don't have to be an expert, so you can have everything that you need to get started. In this video, I'm going to reveal the steps required to start an online business in just 1 hour per day if you're 35 and older. And at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal exactly how you should spend your first 14 hours spending just 1 hour per day. Step number 1 is to pick a niche. A niche is just an area where you want to be known for. Picking a niche is incredibly important, but there are a few misconceptions that will prevent you from moving forward. Misconception number 1, you have to be in health, wealth, or relationship. Gurus will tell you that these are the only 3 niches that you can start. But do you know how much money pickleball made last year? Pickleball is a $2 billion industry. And if you only wanted to make $5,000 per month in this market, you would need 0.003% market share to achieve those numbers. Even the basket weaving niche is a $200 million industry. To further drive this point home, over $287 billion are spent every single day, and most of it is not in health, wealth, or relationships. Secret number 2, there is a secret, untapped, hidden niche waiting for you to jump in. The only untapped, unsaturated secret niches are ones that don't make money. For example, do you remember a few years ago, custom face masks were all the rage? Fast forward to today, how many people do you see actually wearing those custom face masks? This is an untapped niche. It's untapped because there's no more money in it. You actually want to be in a niche where there's competition and people already there. What we will do is we'll bring a unique perspective, but more on that later. Misconception number 3, you should be an expert. You should not be an expert in your niche. Experts are far too removed from beginners. Experts tend to speak at too high of a level for beginners to understand. Experts tend to use industry terms that newbies don't know and don't understand. And if people can't understand you, they won't watch. In fact, I want you to dumb it down, but more on that later. So here's how you're gonna find your niche. Option 1, your niche is who you were 5 years ago. Write down every problem you had that you can remember from just 5 years ago. For example, 5 years ago, my twins were 4 and my youngest was 2 years old. I could write down stuff like dim toys for 2-year-olds, educational activities for twins, learning games for twins, and at the same time, I was actually trying to grow a business. So I could also write down how to grow a business while working full-time, how to change a battery on a 2019 Kia Sorento, how to change a tire on a Subaru Outback, how to negotiate a car loan, family planning for your parents, or business tips for parents. In fact, my wife actually could have written down a list of her own. She could have written down things like how to study to become a nurse practitioner, or how to balance working as a full-time nurse while going back to school. Make a list of at least 10 problems that you solve. If you like 1 or 2 more than the others, then that's your niche. If you like 1 or 2 of them, that's your niche, and move on to step number 2. Or simply move on to option number 2. For option number 2, ask yourself, what do you do in your downtime? This could be a hobby, passion project, or a favorite TV show. For example, the 2 things that I do sometimes at the same time is I play NCAA College Football 25 and watch Game of Thrones. I've watched the original Game of Thrones at least 10 times, and there are people just like me that are still watching the original Game of Thrones. I like the original Game of Thrones so much, I actually started watching the new one. I also really enjoy coaching my son. This past summer, I coached my son's basketball team as well as my son's baseball team. If that's something you enjoy, write it down. The third option is to think about what you do all day. If you don't have any hobbies and you haven't solved any problems over the last 5 years, what do you do at work? In my last job, I was a software developer. I used a variety of programming languages and softwares in order to do my job. Chances are there are literally millions of people that would like to learn those same programming languages or learn how to use those softwares that I use to do my job. If you have knowledge in Microsoft Excel, write it down. If you have knowledge in Canva, write it down. Before I was a software developer, I worked in higher education. I helped adult students decide on which classes they should take so that they can graduate. I also spent time attending different job fairs. Write it all down. By now you should have a list of at least 20 niche ideas. And yes, all of them are profitable and all of them can make a boatload of money for you. Pick one that you like the most and move on to step number 2. Do not spend time overthinking them. Do not, quote unquote, sleep on it. Do not do a deep dive of market research. Put your foot in the ground, make a decision, and move forward. One last thing about your niche. Don't chase it. Don't chase the money. Because if you try and chase the money, you're never going to catch it. So many people pick a niche based on money and they never progress because it just doesn't feel right. They get burnt out or they simply just feel icky talking about something they're not really interested in. Now that we have our niche, let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is really important and it will determine everything else that we do moving forward. Step number 2 is to identify where you want to create content. Before I tell you where you should create content, let's clear up a few misconceptions first. Misconception number 1, there is a perfect place to create content. I'm often asked, is this a good place to make money? Or will this place still work for traffic? And the answer is yes. It's always yes. You name the place, it is great for traffic. YouTube, yes. TikTok, yes. Instagram, yes. Facebook, yes. Facebook ads, yes. All of these places get millions, if not billions of users every single month. And you just need to get attention from a small amount of these people to have a wildly profitable online business. Misconception number 2, your audience is not there. I was talking to a student of mine and she said, I'm not going to create content there because my target audience isn't there. She believed that her target audience wasn't on TikTok. When we looked at the statistics, we realized that not only was her target audience on TikTok, it was one of the largest percentages of groups of people actually using the app. If hundreds of millions or billions of people are using the app, your audience is there. Misconception number 3, you need to find a secret, hidden, untapped traffic source. Another huge misconception is that you need to go find the next Facebook or the next TikTok, but just use the current Facebook and TikTok. While the up-and-comers are great, a smaller group of people on the platform means there's less opportunity for you to find your audience. Let's say, for example, our niche is basket weaving, and only 0.1% of all TikTok users are interested in basket weaving. Since TikTok has 1 billion monthly users, 0.1% is still 1 million people potentially interested in your product or service in basket weaving. Now, let's compare that to MeWe, which is an up-and-coming Facebook replica app that a lot of people use. MeWe has only 20 million registered users. Let's assume again that just 0.1% of all MeWe users are interested in basket weaving. At most, you're going to find 200,000 people on this new app that are interested in basket weaving and that you could potentially talk to. Now, if we compare that to TikTok, TikTok has 1 million people that you are potentially going to talk to and interact with. Here's how you're going to figure out where to create content. And believe it or not, it's really simple. Where do you spend the most time? When you're bored or looking for answers, what website or app do you go to? If you run a TikTok, that's where you should create content. If you love reading blog posts, start a blog. Now you might be asking why? Why go this route? Well, it's simple. It's because you already have an understanding of how the platform works. Believe it or not, you understand the key to success on that platform. And the more you understand a platform, the more money you can potentially make. Now that you know where to create content, you have to spend time on the platform with intent. You must study the platform and all the content that's already on it. Ask yourself, why do videos go viral? What's resonating most with the target audience and this group of people? I challenge you to become an expert of the app. Learn the history of the app. Look for commonalities across the app. Are there general themes that always seem to work? Learning about the app is going to take a bunch of time, but if you take the time to learn it, you'll make a bunch of money. We're going to create content which will help us learn quicker, but more on that later. Now that we know where to create content, we're going to move on to step number 3. Now, step number 3 is the open secret to success. If done correctly, step number 3 will allow you to make money again and again and again. It really is the difference between success and failure. Step number 3 is to start email marketing as soon as possible. Email marketing consists of 5 steps that we'll cover individually. Email marketing is the only way to get in front of your target audience consistently. Also, according to multiple studies, people need to see you at least 5 times before they feel comfortable enough to buy from you, and email marketing is the best way to do that. Most social media algorithms are designed to not show your content to your followers, so email marketing is that much more important. So if you want to increase the chances of making money and extend your reach, you got to start email marketing. But there are a few things that you need to be aware of before you get started with email marketing. Misconception number 1, email marketing is dead. Many people will tell you that email marketing is dead. There's a belief out there that many people consider email marketing just spam that nobody opens. But when I look into my emails, I realize that I get emails from companies of all sizes. These emails help to serve as a reminder that you are available to help them and help them solve their problem. While email marketing isn't as easy as it once was, it's certainly not dead. Misconception number 2, no one opens email. This misconception is another theory that people love to share. The truth is, no one opens bad email. Emails that are impersonal or just one big sales pitch, those are the ones that nobody opens. If you build trust with your audience, you'll have high open rates and you'll have lots of money in your pocket. On average, your open rate will be at least 17% if you take the time to build trust. Now that we've addressed common misconceptions, let's go ahead and tackle email marketing. The first part of email marketing is the lead magnet. A lead magnet is something that you give away for free to your target audience. The lead magnet must be specific, it must help solve a problem related to your niche, and it must be something your target audience would be willing to pay for. Your lead magnet can be an ebook, planner, workbook, cheat sheet, or even a mini course. And most importantly, your lead magnet must help your target audience achieve a result. Your lead magnet should help your target audience achieve a quick win. Now, you can create this lead magnet for free using Canva, Google Docs, or even your phone if you're creating a mini course. After you've created a lead magnet, you'll need to create a landing page to let your target audience know that you've created something just for them. And before we continue, let me just reveal how all of this ties together. So first, you'll create content. Your audience will find your content valuable. You will add a call to action for them to download your lead magnet. And we'll cover calls to action later on in this video, so don't worry. You will include a link in your bio or the description of your videos that will point to your landing page. When your target audience enters their name and their email, they'll get added to your mailing list, and then you'll deliver your lead magnet in the first email. Now let's get back to the landing page. Your landing page's only purpose is to get the name and the email of your target audience. It should only have 5 things. Your landing page should have a headline, subheadline, an input box for the name, an input box for your email, and then a submit button. Do not include an About Us page. Do not include links to other websites. The more stuff you have on this page, the lower your opt-in rate. Ideally, you want your opt-in rate to be about 40%. Remember, people get distracted easy, and if they get distracted and leave the page, they can't join your mailing list and you can't provide additional value. Now, once you have their name and their email, you can point them to other things like your About page or any links that you want to share with them. Okay, now let's go ahead and break down the things that should be included on your landing page. As I mentioned, there should only be 5 things: a headline, subheadline, input boxes for the name, the email, and a submit button. Your headline is going to be the thing that they want. For example, if someone wants to become an expert basket weaver, your headline is going to be how to become an expert basket weaver. Personally, I like this framework when it comes to crafting headlines. How to do X and Y without Z. X is the thing that they want, Y is the time frame, and Z is the pain point they want to avoid. For example, how to weave the perfect baskets in 30 minutes without hand cramp. Next is the subheadline. The subheadline is going to reveal what they get, and we're actually going to add in another pain point. For example, our subheadline could read, "Free ebook reveals how you can start weaving baskets without paying for expensive equipment." In this example, the pain point is having to pay for expensive tools. Next, you're going to have a text input spot for the name. This is optional, but I strongly recommend it. Then you're going to have an input spot for email. This is required. Without this, you're not going to collect their email. Pro tip: Do not give them their lead magnet on the next page. If you do, there's no need or no reason for them to ever open up your emails, and therefore you're going to struggle to make money. Speaking of the next page, let's go ahead and talk about it. The next page is called a thank you page. And the great thing with this page is we can do a few different things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to say thank you, your lead magnet is on its way, and to check your email. Let them know that it might wind up in the spam or junk folder. Next, we can start making money. While we'll cover monetization later in this video, the thank you page is a great way to start making a few dollars with your list. If we're affiliate marketing, we can provide up to 3 links in the thank you page for people to click on. If we're selling a digital product, our thank you page could actually be a sales page to a product that we're selling. Just know that the conversion rate for a thank you page is between 15 and 20%. You won't make a ton of money initially with your thank you page, but it's a great way to start bringing in some funds. Now that we have the lead magnet, landing page, and thank you page covered, let's go ahead and shift our focus to autoresponder emails. Autoresponder emails are emails that are sent out automatically on your behalf. The great thing about autoresponder emails is that they're actually sent out exactly when the customer wants them. Autoresponder emails are based solely on when your customers join your mailing list. For example, if a customer subscribes to your mailing list at 3 p.m., they're going to get emails every single day at 3 p.m. Autoresponder emails are a great way to make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The first part of your autoresponder sequence is going to be your welcome sequence. Your welcoming sequence is you bringing them into your world and letting them know that you can help them solve the problem that they're currently going through. The first thing you'll deliver is your lead magnet. Your next emails will consist of you sharing how you learned about your niche and how you're the best person to help them. I like to call this sequence the Disney Princess sequence. In this sequence, you are going to share the ups and downs of what you learned, how you learned it, and why you're the best person for them. Let's take a closer look at this sequence using the Disney princess movie Moana. Moana is a Disney princess that lives on an island. Things were going well for her, but she just kept being called to the ocean. No matter what, she keeps getting this calling to the ocean, but she can't figure out why. She's literally being pulled to the ocean, and she's even given a special ocean rock. She learns through her family that her ancestors were actually people of the ocean. This is important later. Her grandmother gets sick, and she realizes that in order to save her island and her family, she needs to return to the ocean. She realizes that she has to take the special ocean rock back to a special island so that she can save her family and her world. But she can't just go straight there. She has to go pick up Maui. Maui has to get his special magical hook from a giant crab. Maui then has to relearn how to use his magical hook. Once they figure that out, they have to survive a giant fire monster and return the heart back to an island. While this might sound crazy, this is actually how your email is going to work. You are going to state and share the problems that your current target audience are going through. You are going to discuss the ups and downs and what you've learned through going through these different trials and tribulations. You are going to build an autoresponder consisting of opening and closing loops. Every email that you send is going to feel like a shortened script from the TV show General Hospital. In the last few emails of your welcoming sequence, you're going to introduce a solution. That solution is going to be the thing that you're selling. The solution should help them achieve the result faster and easier. Here are a couple tips that you can use to write better emails. Number 1, write like a 5-year-old. It has been said the average American has a reading ability of just 5 years old. In addition, we'll be attracting a global English, where English is the 3rd, 4th, or even 5th language for some people. If you write too smart, you will turn off a large portion of your audience. Tip number 2, the best way to get better at writing is simply to just write more. Also, don't write professional or corporate style email. Emails that are written like they're coming from a family friend have higher open and click-through rates. Okay, let's move on to broadcast email. Broadcast emails are emails that aren't sent on a schedule. These emails are sent out when you have new content, new product, or just new information to share. These emails are great to send out to help build relationships with your target audience. And remember, you don't have to sell something in every single email. Also, you should be sending emails every single day. It's a great practice, and it's a great way to stay in front of your audience. And if they don't want to hear from you, they're just going to unsubscribe. But just make sure to send out an email every single day. Now that we've covered email marketing, let's turn our attention to getting attention. Step number 4, attention. Some people call this driving traffic. Some people call this content creation. In order for us to make any money, we need to get the attention of our target audience. And before we get into getting attention, I want to address this one misconception. The misconception of being everywhere. In the beginning, I think you should only focus on one platform. Do not try and be everywhere. Each platform has different expectations of what is considered good content. And if you're brand new to content creation, trying to be everywhere is a huge mistake. There are more than enough people on each of these platforms for you to focus on just one platform and be really successful. And what we're going to do is we are going to make content based on step number 2. Now, the type of content that we make will change based on where we decided to make content in the beginning. That's why it's really important to make this decision early on. For example, YouTube is a search engine. People come to YouTube because they know the problem and they may or may not know the solution. So they're going to the search bar and they're typing in who, what, when, where, why, and how. And you can use the search bar to help you find what your target audience is searching for. Here's what you're going to do step by step. First, you're going to make a list of all of the terms that your audience is using. For example, if you're an affiliate marketer, you might be using terms like affiliate program, affiliate links, cookie window, and earnings per click. Once you have a list of terms, you're going to type them one by one in the search bar to see what pops up. Next, you're going to make a list of YouTube channels that show up in the search results so that you can piggyback off of their success. We're not stealing ideas. We are seeing what's already working and we're simply going to add our spin. For example, if someone in our niche made a video on how to start basket weaving for beginners, we may make a video like how to start basket weaving for beginners with less than $100. We are looking for videos that have performed well over the last month. Next, I'm often asked, how do I actually create content? And here's what I did in the very beginning. I'd write down who, what, when, where, why, and how. Then I would simply ask questions based on the keyword. For example, if our video is how to start basket weaving for less than $100, I might write down these questions. When to start basket weaving? Where to buy supplies? What are the best types of baskets to start with? What to do if I get stuck? You're going to have a 15-minute brainstorming session and write down every single thing that comes into your mind, both good and bad. Then you're going to create your content based on these questions. This will help you make content much easier and much faster. And you can turn the questions into either chapters if you're doing YouTube or sections if you're writing a blog post. This is also going to help you stay on topic and not ramble so much. Now, the above will work for blogging and YouTube, but what about short format videos like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts? If you are using short format videos, we need to identify the following: pain points, challenges, goals, dreams, desires, and things your target audience is thinking but are afraid to say. We're going to try and format these as questions. For example, have you tried basket weaving but the wood keeps breaking? When we're creating content, we want to have what's called a hook, story, and offer. The hook is something that catches your target audience's attention and repels people that aren't interested. For example, the above hook that I gave you would be great for people that are inside of the basket weaving world and not so great for anyone else that is not interested in basket weaving. The story pays off the hook and it helps your target audience solve their problem. For example, if your hook is, are you tired of trying to basket weave but your wood keeps breaking? Your story would be, here are 3 ways that you can basket weave without breaking the wood. Here's where you're going to provide actually helpful information. And at the end of the video, you're going to have a call to action. Your call to action could be follow for more, subscribe to get the latest, check out my free guide in the bio, or if you want to do X, then get my free thing. Now, it's important that you mix these up. Do not use the same call to action in every one of your videos. Another question that I'm often asked is, how long should a video be? The answer actually depends on a few things. First, what are the limits of the app? For example, YouTube Shorts has a max of 60 seconds per video, but TikTok has a max of 10 minutes. Second, what does the user expect? While you can upload a 10-minute video to TikTok, do the users actually expect that? Finally, the content should only be as long as it needs to be to answer your target audience's question. Do not add unnecessary fluff. Also, in the beginning, I don't think you should have personal information, because in the beginning, no one cares about you, they care about the problems you can solve for them. If you have no following whatsoever, give lots of information. Eventually, people will want to know your backstory, and you'll know when that time comes because they'll ask for it. Now, we've covered just about everything except for the most important aspect, which is step 5, monetization. Monetization is how we're actually going to get paid. While there are so many different ways that you can get paid by the internet, I'm going to discuss the best ones for beginners. The best monetization strategies for beginners are affiliate marketing, digital products, freelancing, coaching, and memberships. Yes, there are tons of other monetization strategies like merch and physical products, but I just don't like merch because everyone's tastes are different, and you have to spend time finding a designer. And quite honestly, merch sales are highly dependent on your target audience size. Physical products are great, however, they can take too long to get up and running. I think that's something that you could potentially circle later. Before we move forward, I want to clear up a few misconceptions about monetization. Number one, there is a one-size-fits-all option to monetization. The best way to monetize will heavily depend on what your customers want and need. Do not try and force one type of monetization onto your audience. Number two, it all works. I'm sure you're going to hear that affiliate marketing is dead or nobody buys memberships anymore, but all of these different monetization options are alive and well. The best solution is the one that works for your audience. All right, let's go ahead and dive into these monetization strategies. Affiliate marketing is simply recommending other people's products and services. Here, you're going to partner with different companies and they're going to give you a unique link called an affiliate link. There are currently over 10,000 affiliate programs in the world. You can partner with large companies like Amazon or Walmart, or small mom and pop shops like me. First, you have to find affiliate programs for your niche. And there are actually a few different ways that you can do this. One way is to simply search your niche and the affiliate program. For example, you'll go to Google and you'll type in basket weaving affiliate program. There are complete websites that are dedicated to putting lists of affiliate programs based on niche. The second is to type in the name of the company you want to work for plus affiliate program into Google. For example, type in Best Buy affiliate program. This will take you to the correct website, if they have one. Once you find affiliate programs, you will need to apply. Some companies will require you to enter in your social media handle. Some companies will ask, how do you plan to promote their product? When they ask this question, you're simply going to write a detailed business plan. You're going to use all the information that we gathered throughout this video to craft a detailed and in-depth business plan. You're going to tell them about your niche. You're going to tell them where you're going to create content. You're going to reveal your lead magnet idea. And you're going to tell them your content idea. You want to be as thorough as possible. Now, quite honestly, some are going to reject you and some are going to approve you. Once you are approved, you can take your affiliate links and put them inside of your emails or content. The next monetization option is creating and selling digital products. Digital products are products that you can create, sell, and deliver over the internet. Digital products can be ebooks, planners, toolkits, cheat sheets, workbooks, songs, podcasts, or even courses. The key to selling a digital product is it must solve a very specific problem. You should actually be able to create your first digital product in a weekend. You can create digital products for free using Canva or the Google Suite. Your first digital product will not be perfect. It is more important to have it done and selling it off to the world than trying to have it perfect and sitting on a hard drive. The next option is freelancing. If you have a skill like social media management or creating thumbnails, you can sell that to the world. And because people are going to be coming to you, you can actually charge a little bit more for your services. Here are a few different freelancing ideas that you could get into: copywriting, website development, app development, remote closing, and more. Another great option is coaching. Now, there are two types of coaching. You can do one-on-one or group. Coaching is where you help clients achieve a measurable, specific result. And you're going to do this via Zoom or Google Hangout. And the entire goal is to help them move forward in their business. And because your time is involved, you can actually charge a little bit more. The last but not least are memberships. Memberships are where you help groups of people solve a specific result. Memberships can be great because they can offer your business stability. Instead of starting off at zero every single month, memberships can offer reoccurring monthly revenue. A membership is like coaching but with extra features. Those features could be new training every single month, live Q&A sessions, hot seat training, or additional planners, templates, and toolkit. Now, we've covered a lot in this video. And before I get into the 14-day, 1-hour business building strategy, I want to make you an offer. If you need additional help, click the link below and take advantage of my latest live workshop. Now that you know the exact steps you need to take to start an online business, here is a 14-day, 1-hour per day business plan so that you can get started as quick as possible. On day number 1, you're going to pick a niche and decide where to create content. Remember, Where we create content will decide how we approach everything else, so it's really important that we do this. And I want you to try and stick to just 1 hour per day if you can. On day number 2, we are going to scroll the platform that we decided on with purpose. No more just looking at funny cat videos or aimlessly scrolling through the websites. We are going to scroll with a purpose, and we're looking to see what works within our niche and what doesn't work within our niche. We also want to see what works on a viral level as well. And so what we're going to do is we're going to find something that works. We're going to find creators that are in our space, and we are going to write their names down in an Excel spreadsheet so that we can track to see what's working for them. On day number 3, we're going to create a lead magnet. Now, this might take you more than an hour if you're doing a mini course. However, if you're doing like a planner, a workbook, a cheat sheet, or a guide, you can get this done in an hour or less. On day number 4, we're going to create our landing page and our thank you page. Now, I would recommend that you use the format that I mentioned earlier in this video, how to do X and Y without Z, so that you can create one as fast as possible. On day number 5, we are going to write our first 3 autoresponder emails. Remember, your first email is going to be a welcome email, a thank you for subscribing, and here's your lead magnet. On day number 6, we are going to research and find 10 content ideas. Now, this is going to be heavily dependent on where you create content. You should still be able to find at least 10 content ideas, regardless if you are doing a blog, YouTube channel, or even a vertical video content. After that, we are going to create content and post it. I don't care how good or bad the content is. It is a habit that we are building, that we're creating content and posting it. The first video, in fact, can be an introduction of who you are, what you do, and how you can help people. But it's really, really important that on day 7, we upload our first piece of content. On day 8, we are going to write 3 more autoresponder emails. On day 9, we are going to research and find 10 more content ideas. On day 10, we are going to create content and post it. On day 11, we're going to create 3 more autoresponder emails. Day 12, we are going to review our analytics. Day 13, we are going to research and find monetization ideas. And then day 14, we're going to create content and post. Now, you might be wondering what happens after day 14. You are going to continuously create content and post it. What I'd recommend that you do is batch create your content. And basically what that means is you pick a day of the week, you sit down for an hour, and you create all of your content. And then you can schedule and upload your content so that you're not feeling like you're always on a hamster wheel. What you can continue to do as well is research and find monetization ideas and then implement those ideas. Now, if you have questions about getting started, which you may or you may require more information, comment down below and I will help you out.